Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. We post daily videos. If you guys want to subscribe, I'm doing a massive giveaway on the road to 100,000 subscribers. We got to talk about something. We can't beat around the bush. This is serious stuff. Freezing your bank account. You may think it will never happen, but it's happened several times throughout history. Similar situations going on. It even happened to a couple of celebrities. Kanye West, for example. Andrew Tate. Do not think you are immune to this. We are $34 trillion in debt. The dollar has lost 98% of its original purchasing power. We had banks literally failing earlier this year. Yes, get bailed out, but how many times again will that happen? We have two wars going on, a global pandemic, geopolitical tensions, the BRICS nations deplatforming the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. They don't want you guys to know this. And I'm sure some of you are wondering, well, what do we do then? What is the solution? Well, unfortunately, there is no solution, but there is an alternative to take the power, the control away from them and put it into your own hands. Literally, precious metals is the only alternative. Anything else, stocks, anything pegged to the dollar is going to go down with it. It's like switching seats on the Titanic. Well, where do you buy from? There's a lot of fake silver out there. There's a lot of ripoffs, scams. I can offer you a trusted place that has been in business for over 4 decades, one of the only authorized dealers that still works with the U.S. Mint since the U.S. Mint banned everyone else from buying directly from them, which is Miles Franklin. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. Every Monday, we have new deals. Right now, 1 ounce Morgan Silver rounds, $209 over spot, 10th ounce 2023 gold maples, $25 over melt. You have to take the power, the control away from them and put it into your own hands. If you can't hold it, you don't own it. They do. You are at their mercy. And remember, banks failed earlier this year. SVB. Do you think that's just a one-time, once in a lifetime, once in a blue moon occasion? No, it's going to start happening faster and faster. You know what we're doing? We are trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing it with more debt. That's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card. It's going to catch up, and it has. Every fiat system has failed throughout history. They lasted around a century. The dollar, the USD, is the longest lasting one, but it's lost 98% of its purchasing power. That's not a made up percentage. That's a factual percentage, 98%. Do you think they want this information to get out? No. Do you think they want channels like mine to have a voice? No. You have to pay attention. You have to wake up. The whole point of my channel is to spread awareness of this stuff and give people the opportunity to at least make a choice to invest into precious metals, because a lot of people don't even know that they have that choice. Dear subscriber, in 1990, the Brazilian government froze the bank accounts of thousands of citizens. In 2013, the victims were the people of Cyprus. In 2022, it hit closer to home in Canada. The government used its 1988 Emergency Act to freeze the bank accounts of hundreds of striking truckers. Think nothing like this could happen in the US? If so, well, think again. The Federal Reserve System docket number OP1670 reveals the plan. Front page is right here. It gives the Fed the power to track and potentially even control your checking account. Not just the money you have in your account at the moment, but also every single check, withdrawal, deposit, and transaction. Practically everything you do with your money. Be sure to do so with urgency, which I would say is precious metals. A pilot program is already underway. The next step is to roll it out to nearly every bank in America.
Imagine a government agent gets assigned to snoop through your bank account to see if your transactions are considered a threat to the government's agenda. If that idea sickens you, and if you think it won't be a real possibility starting just a few months from today, then pay attention to what I reveal now. Because according to this official document I'm holding in my hand, you could wake up one morning, log into your bank account, and stare at a red flashing alert that your account's transactions have been frozen. Your ability to send money and receive money, frozen. Your crime? You didn't commit one. It's all because of the U.S. government's horrifying new program that gives unelected officials the power to closely monitor or even freeze your account based on your behavior and potentially even based on your political views. It starts with this 93-page government document. Its name, docket number OP 1670. This innocent-sounding document, which was never meant for the general public, exposes how the government could gain the power to strangle your investment savings, to suspend your ability to pay others or get paid, even to punish you with fees and fines, and ultimately seize control over your money. Some of the largest U.S. banks are already joining our central bank, the Federal Reserve, to roll this out as rapidly as possible. There's a good chance your bank is already participating. I'll give you their names in just a moment because there's no stopping this from happening. You don't get a vote. You don't get to opt out, and your money is in danger. We're very close to the day when the government will roll out this new system. They've already been caught red-handed snooping in the private emails and personal family videos of millions of innocent Americans. Now comes the next layer of control, and this time it's for your money. The Federal Reserve has already set a date for when banks will begin handing over this control. This launch will be well underway as soon as this summer. So fast forward to a future date and picture this. You see a post on Facebook criticizing politicians for out-of-control inflation. You hit the like button. An hour later, you read a post by a blogger you follow asking for donations. You decide to give him $30 using PayPal. When you click the button to send, a strange error message pops up. You figure the charity just didn't set up their page properly, so you move on and you don't think anything of it. But the next morning, when you log into your bank account, you see this. What the heck? You take fast, shallow breaths, and your heart starts thumping quicker as you realize what's going to happen. Your electric bill is due in a few days. Your mortgage payment is set to draft from your account in a week, and you had planned to use your credit or debit card to buy holiday gifts for your grandkids. And now, with your account frozen, you're helpless. As your forehead breaks out in a sweat, you call the number flashing on your bank account screen. Nobody picks up. Instead, you get an automated menu that asks you for your Social Security number and other sensitive information. You never get to speak to a live person. A robotic voice makes you choose a date for a hearing to get your banking reinstated. The soonest appointment is over a month away. After you hang up, the screen of your frozen bank account still stares at you. How could this have happened? You think back to what you've posted on social media. You remember the charities you've given to, the causes you've supported. You remember that the news has reported more and more men and women are getting canceled.
When I was watching that video, something interesting caught my eye because I have personal experience dealing with it. He said in the summer of 2023, they are going to roll this out. By the way, I brought up this docket number OP1670. We're going to go over in a second. But summer of 2023, you remember Kanye West had all that political, racial stuff going on, and they froze his account. Same with Andrew Tate for his political views and his opinions on things. There's a trend. Well, guess what? My account got banned, terminated, PNC. I had an account with. One day, I couldn't log in. My account was terminated, and they said they legally don't have to give me a reason. They gave me 30 days to withdraw my funds to another place, so I opened up an account with Huntington, which I currently still have. That truly happened to me, and if you think it happened to just 3 people, then you're sadly mistaken. Let me know if that's happened to you. And you see the pattern here? Is it because that I talk about the corrupt financial system on a daily basis on this channel? Is that why it happened to me? I couldn't imagine anything else. Yes, I have invested in Bitcoin in the past, but at this point, who hasn't? It's suspicious. This is why you have to invest in the precious metals. I'm not trying to sell you anything when I say I recommend Miles Franklin, because Andy Scheckman is a CEO. He's on my channel once a week, and he's very trusted. He still works with the U.S. Mint. I trust that. He's been in business for over 40 years. I trust that. When you invest into precious metals, you have saved your wealth. Literally. Anyways, let's check this out. Federal Reserve System, docket number OP 1670. You guys can Google this yourself. Federal Reserve actions to support interbank settlement of faster payments. Agency, Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, action response to notice and request for comment. According to notice, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System has determined that the Federal Reserve banks should develop a new interbank real-time gross settlement fund or service, which is FedNow, with integrated clearing functionality to support faster payments in the United States. The board is requesting to comment modifications to the FedNow service or other actions that would further reduce or eliminate potentially adverse effects without significantly compromising the anticipated public benefit associated with the service. This comment concerns the social impact of the FedNow service. The Federal Reserve Board announced that the Federal Reserve banks will develop a new round-the-clock real-time payment and settlement service called FedNow, and that's to support faster payments in the United States. Is there ulterior motives? You can answer that. This is a direct response to the threat posed by digital currencies and the blockchain. According to one FedNow official last summer, U.S. Treasury recommended that the Federal Reserve move quickly to facilitate a faster retail payment system. And by the way, do you know why they're pushing this in place in fear of Bitcoin? Because when you invest in a Bitcoin, you took the power away from them. Bitcoin is decentralized. There's no central bank. There's no bank of Bitcoin. There's no Bitcoin police. When you put your money in a cold wallet, it's stored offline. Nobody else can touch it. It's stored offline. You took the power away from them. They don't want that. They want your dollars pegged to them because that means they are in control. And when you're a slave or when you're in debt, you're a slave to the system. U.S. Treasury recommended the Federal Reserve move quickly, and that's through a development of real-time settlement service, which will also allow for more efficient and ubiquitous access to innovative payment capabilities. Do you think that this is the real reason they want to facilitate faster payments? They're trying to deplatform. They're trying to, they're trying to destroy Bitcoin. They're trying to destroy crypto because it's a threat. Precious metals are a direct threat to the dollar as well. That's why the dollar index has a direct negative correlation to gold and silver. When the dollar index is up, gold and silver is down. And when gold and silver is up, the dollar index is down. It's a threat. We believe this effort requires a proof of authority quantum computing-based blockchain system. So the Federal Reserve themselves are using the blockchain. So I don't want to go through all the, like I said, you can Google this. I want to highlight the meat and potatoes. Also noted in our paper, the main economic attributes of a technically effective currency rests on three functions. And by the way, this just reminded me, Federal Chairman Jerome Powell, FOMC, in a meeting, he said, one day I could see a currency coexisting or even replacing the dollar. I showed a video clip of him saying that. It wasn't just a quote on an article. I showed the video of him saying that. One day coexisting or even replacing the federal chairman. This is the three functions as a unit of account, a store of value, and a medium of exchange. A unit of account is a common measure for the value of goods and services. What is money? Money is something that cannot be created nor destroyed. Precious metals have been money since the beginning of man for a reason. The dollars used to be backed by gold and silver, but now they're not. And look at what happened to the dollar's purchasing power as soon as we got rid of the gold standard. It's almost hysterical to see a chart of that. The BRICS nations are already doing that. They're doing this plan. It's been in action. I can tell you all about it right now. BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa are the 5 countries, but there's many more now. But their plan is to create a digital currency backed by physical commodities and kick the USD off the platform because we have our greedy hands in all of their transactions in their pockets. And they're saying, why are we letting them do this? Why don't we just create our own currency? Kick them to the curb, which is happening. A unit of account is a common measure for the value of goods and services. The store of value is the way in which we store wealth in order to transfer purchasing power from the present to the future. And a medium of exchange function dictates which item is accepted for this payment of goods and services. Through monetary policy manipulation, the key attraction of these currencies, price stability, widespread acceptance, is implemented through a central banking system enjoying a great deal of trust globally. Another thing I just thought of is them using the blockchain is interesting because the blockchain stores every transaction publicly. That's why JP Morgan, back in 2017, when Jamie Dimon, the CEO, came out and said Bitcoin's a scam and shot Bitcoin's price down thousands of dollars. And then right after that, when the price dropped, JP Morgan got caught buying millions of dollars in Bitcoin because they couldn't hide it like a central bank. Using crypto, using the blockchain, it stores everything publicly for everyone to see. So it's interesting that they're doing this if they're trying to, keep an eye on our transactions. There's so many layers to this. Who knows what the real reason is? I'm sure it has a lot to do with what they were talking about. I'm not a financial expert in this sort of means. I look at precious metals and I talk about why silver is valuable, why the dollar isn't valuable, why you should put, your hard-earned money into real money instead of keep it in fake money, something that is literally just valuable because someone thinks it is. And when someone thinks it's not valuable, it literally isn't valuable. That's a scary, scary system to have, especially since the USD is the world's reserve currency. Everyone around the world has to trust the dollar is strong, which, by the way, COVID really exposed that, how broke we are. And then we have the BRICS nations all going against this, especially with like the Belt Road Initiative and then these two wars. And then the support and all the billions of dollars we're handing out. It's a scary thing. You have to put your money into something that holds its value, which is precious metals. The only alternative, you could try Bitcoin, but that's still a number on a screen, a digit on a screen. I recommend something that you can physically hold in your bare hands. And like I always say, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. So anyways, folks, I thought this was a very interesting, article that I found in the video especially, and I wanted to shed some light on this. Let me know what you think about this. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, share it, comment, and I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on everything happening, especially in the world of precious metals. I have a giveaway right now on the road to 100,000 subscribers. If you guys wanted to purchase silver, I highly recommend Miles Franklin. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. Remember that we have weekly deals every Monday. Also remember, this is a trusted company. It's like buying from your friend compared to some random person online you don't even know their first or last name. Andy Sheckman is the CEO. We have a podcast every week on my channel called the Silver Stacking Podcast, which, by the way, if you want to go into the BRICS nations and the real stuff, you got to watch that podcast. Andy Sheckman goes deep into this stuff. I haven't even scratched the surface. If you guys want to hear some real stuff going on with the banking system and all that, highly recommend you watch that podcast. So yeah. Also, appreciate you all so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.